Welcome to Minisode Monday, bite-sized episodes designed to help you recharge your practice. I talk with a variety of experts around topics like business, success, and self-care, so you can get surefire and practical ways to rub your clients the right way. Minisode Monday is designed to set you up for an awesome week and keep you passionate about your practice.
Hey guys, my name's Elicia. I'm a business coach for massage therapists and super pumped to be able to share some of the knowledge that I've gained over the last 16 years in business.
Fantastic, Elicia. Now, you're from Massage Champions, and I've been following you guys on Facebook for a fair bit, and so I wanted to get you on for some mini episodes so that you can help with some really quick fire, practical stuff for our listeners to be able to help supercharge their businesses. So today what we're going to talk about in this minisode is we're going to talk about marketing. Now, I know that's a really broad subject, and I know that it's like much more than you can probably cover in a really short space of time. But let's just talk about the ground, like the really fundamental stuff. What is marketing and why am I doing it?
I love it. I love it. So marketing is taking the awesome essence of what you do in treatment and showing that on a platform, lots of different ones, but basically capturing that and putting it out there for people who don't know who you are yet to want to engage with you.
Okay, so there's a few things in there that you talk about that are probably a little bit confusing for people. So I know what I do as a massage therapist, and I know all these sorts of things, but what is a platform exactly?
Cool. So we've got types of marketing might be online and offline marketing. So you've got like a website, you've got blog posts, you've got social media, and then you've got things like offline would be print media, letterbox drops, word of mouth and referrals, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, cool. So as a massage therapist, where should I be focusing my time? Because I hear all these people saying like print media is dead, social media is the only way to go. But should I, like, what kind of strategy should I have to be able to bring business into my business?
Yeah, cool. So I think the first thing is that when you know who you want to work with, it actually doesn't matter what platform you choose, because you could create a Facebook ad that worked or that didn't work. You could create a website that was fantastic or rubbish. You could put out a flyer that was awesome or not. And what makes it awesome or not is whether it works, whether it actually brings clients in. So, for example, if you know, or an example I have for myself was that I treated complicated cases in Ocean Grove. Now, that's not something you're like, hey, if you've got a sore neck, come and see me. It's like, if you were depressed and you had a frozen shoulder and fibromyalgia, then I wanted that client. So I would literally market to that client or to their partners at times, because not necessarily they wanted to come in, and I would use the language that would resonate with that person. Now, if you're the sort of person that just wanted a relaxation massage, you weren't going to resonate with the message that I put out there, and it wouldn't matter where I did. If I did a flyer or if I did doesn't matter what I did. The actual message itself is what's really super important, and that really comes down to understanding your avatar or your target market.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how we identify our avatar or the target market. Because if the message is what you're saying is what is important, and the media or the platform is kind of not irrelevant, but obviously it's only a small part of what you're doing. How do I, as a massage therapist, identify who my target market might be?
Great question. So first of all, it's not a demographic. So it's not like, oh, I treat 25-year-old corporate women, because I'm a therapist. I get that you treat an 18-year-old, an 80-year-old, a 30-year-old, and for every different type of condition, some very tangible, some intangible. Okay. So what I recommend that you do is actually pick your top 5 favorite clients. Now, technically, we're not meant to have favorites, but let's be honest, we all do. We have those ones that we just connect with, they get us, and we just love, we see them on our list and go, yes, it's going to be a good day because they're coming in. So basically, have a look at the top 5 and do a bit of a flow chart. I'm a massive fan of big sheets of paper and texters, and put their name down and then go, cool, how did this person hear about me? Oh, their friend rang and, recommended, blah, blah. Cool. So it was a referral. And then what do I love about them? Well, they're always on time, and they're full paying client. They never question price. They don't care if I have to reschedule occasionally, blah, 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 blah. And then figuring out, okay, well, they're a young professional that actually wants to take care of their health and is willing to invest because they know that their health is an investment. They've also got a gym membership. They're not quite married yet, but they're living out of home. And all of a sudden, I've broken down this whole avatar thing. It seems really daunting when really it's like, that's just one of my favorite clients. Here's another one. Here's another one. And I guarantee that if you did that on all 5 of them, you'd find a really common thread between what their beliefs and values are to be able to then replicate your marketing to get more of those in. Because one of the things that I hear is people say, once someone comes in to see me, they get what I do, but I don't know how to explain that. And so that's why I think when you figure out what it is that who is that you love working on, you're actually able to then, break that down and attract that person into your clinic.
That's fantastic. So do you have maybe a worksheet that people could use to be able to identify their avatar?
Yeah, most likely. I could create something like that for you, for sure.
Fantastic, because I think that marketing is so overwhelming for people, and so often what tends to happen is we get analysis paralysis. We sit there and we're going, and if we can actually sit down and identify our top 5 clients and, figure out those common threads, I feel like people will absolutely be able to then take control of their marketing and talk exactly to the person that they want to talk to.
100%.
Fantastic.
Another thing that we find is that people, or what should I say, the thing is that makes the massive difference is actually action. What we find is that people will do a letterbox campaign and then sit at home dusting the phone waiting for it to ring. And they go, oh, that didn't work. Or they'll put one Facebook ad out and go, oh, no, Facebook doesn't work. Or they'll do a website through Wix or something like that, like a free platform, and go, oh, no, that didn't work. It's actually about taking action. In a survey that we did last year, we found that I think it was 70% of people are doing 1 to 5 marketing campaigns a year. And what we recommend, until you figure it out and you know what works by what we call testing and measuring, you should be launching 1 to 5 marketing campaigns a week. Now, that's not forever, but it's just until you start to see clients coming and go, oh, that works, or that doesn't. Cool, now we've tested and measured to actually be able to make some decisions here.
Fantastic. So what we want to do is we want to identify our avatar, and then we want to test and measure. These, I think, are 2 really great tips, and our peeps will have an awesome download on how to identify their avatar. Thank you so much for your time, Elicia. It's great to talk to you again.
Pleasure, Christy. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to Minisode Monday. I really hope you enjoyed it. And as always, I would love to connect with you guys on social media. So feel free to head on over to our Facebook page, which is Rubbed the Wrong Way. Click a like on there and you'll get all the updates about anything that's happening in the Rubbed the Wrong Way studio. We would always love to connect with you on Twitter, and you can find me at Rubbed Wrong there on Twitter. You can connect with Elicia via her Massage Business Support Network group. Feel free to jump on into that Facebook group. I love it in there. It's really supportive. Everybody's really cool, and heaps of free tips and ideas on marketing. And as always, we will see you next Monday.